Captain Blanche, when you're ready.
I'm ready, yes.
53 minutes left on the SD card, but I think that we will be shorter this time.
Yeah,
because this will be short video, I must be quick. But first I will salute our subscribers and viewers. Thanks for your support, for visiting our channel, for all your comments, for the subscriptions, and for sharing this trend and the passion for the RC planes to the rest of the world.
Yes.
I don't think that you can find better hobby than flying RC planes, so hey, find something already. It doesn't have to be for a
Get out of the room, get out of the screen and just go and fly.
Yes, and click something even if it is for 20 bucks, as long as you will be in the air and you will have fun. And that's the point of this channel from the day one, eh?
Yes.
It's not the point just in planes, but the point is that we want to show you the perfect fun in this hobby. And of course, sometimes we want to investigate.
Yes.
Because
in this case...
Because this, my friends, this is the, how do we call this, eh?
Famous.
This is our famous Albatross 1.6 meter
what?
something.
Albatross?
Albatross, eh? Because this is, what can we call this? This is our
jinxed plane.
Jinxed plane, the destiny that we test from day one, eh?
Well, I was the first to crash it. You have done the remaiden, then you have crashed it. Did you even post the video?
I didn't post the video by Avios, but that's not the point. The point is that in fact Captain Blanche was doing the first maiden flight with this. Now he has crashed this plane to the river Sava. You can see here the first paintings. Do you see this? This is the first time the wing was break here. This was lost, but luckily the gods of wind bring us back this to the shore.
The Poseidon, the god of the water.
Yes, of the deeps of the oceans brought us this back, so I was able to glue it and do the maiden remaiden.
And then, where was broken again?
Sure. Wait, the remaiden on River Kirka. And then a few days ago when we had the snow, we wanted to have the ultimate fun with this plane. Now the story starts here, Captain Blanche. And I will tell you right now what is the difference. On the first two flights, now viewers, listen good, because this time we won't give up on this plane and we will come to the bottom, we hope, to what the hell is going on.
Just like Titanic came to the bottom of the sea,
yes,
we'll come to the bottom of this.
We'll come to the bottom of this and we will try to discover the signal losses once and for all. I don't think that you can always blame the receiver for that you can always blame the radio for that. There must be something else, because in the past I didn't have the problems with the orange receivers, not with my Spectrum radio, but this plane was crashed a few times. Now
I have crashed it with the first guy.
Yes, and on the first flight the plane was like it was. It has crashed because of bad CG and because of the tip stall. But on the second flight, the flight was okay. Like I have said, a few days ago, we wanted to fly this again here on the snow. It was all the same battery, the same radio that I have used on the River Kirka, and it went perfect. And I have lost the signal, which you have seen in the video one. The red light was blinking, and this is exactly the one, exactly this one.
With which we have done the remaiden on the river.
And it was perfect. And on the last flight that I have done on the snow, I had the signal lost and I have crashed the plane. Now that day, the plane wasn't crashed too bad. It has survived. You have seen that. On the second day, Captain Blanche wasn't at home. He was working. My wife was filming. I said to myself, what the hell, once and for all, we will try to see what is going on here. I was flying the same plane with the same radio again, with the same battery and that. And because what I have done, you have seen on that video, I was flying just with the radio that time. I said to myself, what the hell, okay, I will see something, because I got many comments that maybe this tray affects this antenna. But in fact, I had the same signal loss even without this tray.
So the tray is not...
I mean, it can't be the tray.
It's not abstracting the signal.
Let's forget this already. I mean, this for me has changed, this tray for me has changed my life. It is really good. Because of this, I can fly again. And I have many, countless flights with this tray and with no problems. So there must be a problem somewhere else. Now what, but there was one difference from the first two flights or from the flight that I made on the River Kirka, and the difference was...
Yes, the weather temperature, yes.
The weather temperature, okay. But the difference was that this time I did have the working flaps, which we didn't have on the first two
but
flights.
we must say that on the first flight, when I crashed it, the water got into the servo because it stopped working. So you have disconnected it on the second flight.
No, Captain Blush.
On the Remaiden, you didn't have flaps.
Yeah, there weren't also on the first flight. Do you know what they were in the flaps?
On my flight, there were.
I don't think.
Yes.
No.
Then the water got inside, then you have disconnected because one servo was working just like erratically on its own. Then on the Remaiden, you have disconnected it, the flap servos.
Yeah, but I'm lost here. Didn't I assemble this plane?
I did.
Well, I thought that I did.
I did because I have broke the servo.
What?
I have broke the rudder servo when I was assembling it. I told you that I changed the servo when I was assembling.
But now I'm searching in the dark here.
Nah.
Because I thought, viewers, I will tell you this. The flaps were glued on the plane on my maiden flight, on my maiden, because one servo wasn't working.
Yeah. Because when I have crashed into the water, I'll tell you again, when I have crashed into the water, the servo got wet, so you have disconnected it for the second flight. You said that you will not use the flaps. Now, when you have plugged the servos back inside, you got the problems. I told you that the last time, but you weren't listening to me. Because you were so shocked of the crash.
I told you so, I told you so. Yeah, but I thought that I glued these flaps.
Yes, for the second flight.
Yeah, but I thought that they were glued on the first flight.
Yeah, I was using flaps on the maiden flight.
Yeah, but the point, viewers, I will tell you what the point is. Okay, I mean, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm lost here. But when I thought that they were not working from the day one that I have assembled this plane, so I have glued them on and disconnected from the receiver. But now a few days back, when the start started to snow, I mean, the snow started to snow,
fell from the sky.
Yeah, started to snow from the sky. I said to myself, what the hell, hey, we must try this also on the grass.
And maybe we can already solve the problem. Maybe the servo for the flaps is the problem.
I'm trying to say that. So when I was preparing this plane again, I said, hey, okay, I will just check and I will change the servo for the flap that it's not working. But when I have plugged it back in the receiver, hey, the servo were working perfectly.
It was magically working, because the water has dried out and maybe there is still some problems.
But we come to the point, viewers. Now we come to the point that in fact, on the first video that you have seen, I have in fact, Captain Blush, lost the signal. Because the red light was blinking. Now why did I lose that signal? That's the point, because I don't think I have at least 40 or 50 orange receivers, and I didn't have a signal loss in the past. So I think that maybe this and my radio are not to blame. There must be something in the plane that the voltage drops and then the receiver loses the power, and that's the end of story. Because if you have maybe some bad ESC or something, and if you have a bad servo, the bad servo will make the shortcut, and then
short
circuit, and for that second, the ESC will shut down. And by the time you regain the power again here and it engages, you are already crashed.
Maybe the next step is to try it again without flaps.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I will tell you, we will come to the bottom of this. Now what I have done, you can already see that I have beautifully and sexy repaired this plane. The front of the plane was all open. This was broken. I have put it together, put the Velcro around, tied it good. It has glued back, dried. This was taken off, and of course the wing was. Now what I have done to the wing, this is the good solution. I have put it in the carbon bar, extra one, but not just that. Look at that stitches. They are made on this side.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, but they are made with the glue and the zip ties. Now what I do, viewers, if you have a broken wing like this, I mean, this is my first test. Maybe it will work, maybe it will not. I have cut the
Slots.
with
Grooves.
the X-Acto knife, widen them a little with the screwdriver, so I can put the glue in and then cut the zip ties plastic and put them inside in the glue. Now if I do this just on this side will be strong if I want to bend it like this, but it will mean nothing if I try to bend it like this. So I have done also that on the bottom. And I think that this, my friends, is a really good solution to fix the broken wings.
Yes.
So this is it. Now I won't just talk, of course, I can also show you that in fact this plane is working like it was working in the past, but you will see that in fact all is working. I will put it in, put the radio on, and of course this flight, the next flight I will do, look at this, I have put it in the spectrum antennaless. Yes.
First you will unplug the flaps.
Yeah, of course.
Then you will land and then you will plug in the flaps and try again.
And but I will tell you this, my friends and Captain Blanchet.
Yes.
I have put it this because you can see here that there are carbon bars. Do you see this? And carbon does effects. So I have put the receiver here on the top.
But
I have cut the foam out. But I will show you, yeah, of course, Captain Blanchet. But I will show you right now that in fact the flaps are working, and that's interesting. Look at this. Wait. But the flaps are working. That's interesting. Look at this. But maybe something happens.
Do it again. No, do it. Чуть вдаль погнать agora.
Yeah, one is slower than other.
This is much faster.
Yeah, of course it is. Now, maybe something happens when you put the pressure on all. Maybe you use the flaps, you use the ailerons in the turner, rudder, elevator, and at that time the consumption is so big that everything dies down. But like I said, the plane is fixed. Look at this. The ailerons are working, the rudder, and of course the beautiful and sexy motors.
Yes.
Yes, and like I said, I have cut this here. Now, of course, for the first flight, I will unplug it. For the first flight, I have also was thinking that because the only different thing on the crashes were that the flaps were working. So for the first flight after the fixing, I won't risk the plane with this at this moment. But we will also test this later. I will use this receiver. And I will also use, Captain Blanchet, I'm thinking that maybe just for fun and to be secure, to see that everything is working, I will use the second power supply for the receiver.
Yeah, maybe, why not?
I won't, because I have heard that many times with the twin motors, you can have the problem with the ESC giving the power to the receiver. Maybe then the first flight I will fly with this. The second flight I will fly with this, but I will put the flaps back. And again, on the next flights, I will put back the orange receiver and I will fly the orange receiver without the flaps and with this power supply, and then we will know once and for all, even if I will crash this plane again, we will try to see what the hell is going on. That's it, eh?
Yes.
Good enough for what?
Yes, this time you were shorter, eh?
This time I was short and viewers, I mean, hey, I can fix this plane, but like I have said, I mean, this is so amazing. And sometimes you just don't know what to think, eh? And I really think that the radio and the receiver are not to blame. I don't think, eh?
Yes.
There must be something, and if all the glitches that we had in the past on this channel, I think that there must be something with the power supply for the receivers.
Just like I have done with my OMP,
Yeah.
I have put on a separate power supply and I didn't have any more
Because
glitches.
Captain Bloch had so much problem and signal losses on the maiden flight with that plane. I mean, yeah, it wasn't even the maiden flight.
Just as soon as I have taken off, it was game over.
Game over, signal losses all the
And
time.
then I have only changed, I have put a different power supply in and that's it.
Yeah, because if you have the high voltage servo or the digital servos, they suck much more amps, the volts than the previous analog
Yes.
servos, and you must give them the good power supply. And we have realized that later, if you fly the new planes now, it doesn't matter even if they are balsamate with the glow engine on, but if you have the digital servos, the 4-cell battery 9mAh is not
Just
enough.
just because back in the day they didn't have so powerful servos, it was good enough to use 4-cell batteries. Yes.
Not anymore, viewers. Don't be screwed. For some simple servos, maybe still, but for all other servos, you must use 5 cells, and that will
Or
give
at
you
least
6 volts.
Or at least
Like that.
live battery.
You can use like this.
Yes.
Even for more expensive planes, don't rely just on the ESC.
Or something
Or
like
something like this. This is the pack for the car, which in fact you can also put in the plane. Who cares? As long as you have 6 volts of power supply to your receiver. Don't be, it's so interesting. In fact, the planes that has the power from the ESC, now they are supposed to be to power your receiver, but sometimes that just doesn't work. You crash the plane, and then again we come to the never-ending story: which radio is best and which receiver is best, and I don't know what. You can't come to an end of that discussion.
No.
And I would love to start that discussion once, but believe me, after 12 years, 50 years, we will be still talking which radio is best and which one is crap.
It's just the way it is.
That's the way of life. So this is it. Yes. Pilot Robert and Captain Blas signing off from Slovenia with the beautiful and sexy fixed Albatross. Like we have said, on this channel we never give up, and step by step we will discover. And I know that
the
truth about this. What the hell is this not flying good anymore? And why do we have the signal losses?
Well, I think that the flap servo is to the blame.
I really have a feeling that on the next flight, if I will just put the servo off, I will have the perfect flight all over again. But what to do then? Do you know what I will do? I won't risk with these servos anymore the next flight.
Just change
I will pull the servos out, and I will put them somewhere with the servo tester and leave them for 12 days to work.
You will put them in the furnace and that's it.
Or I will just put them out and grab the hammer and smash them to pieces and put the new servos in. But the point is that we discover, because I still believe, after all this time, I still believe that the orange receivers are good because of my experience in the past. But sometimes something happens to you, but you can't say what. You never say, you can't blame this. Because if one bolt falls out, you can say, this bolt is to blame that I have lost my wing. But if you have the signal lost, but who the hell knows when the plane is in the ground, 2 meters in the ground, what to blame? How can you blame that?
Yes.
You can only blame the gravity. And
blame the Jesus.
Yes. The gravity, my friends, always takes care of your planes. Now the good thing about planes is, even if you lose the battery or the plane is broke in the air, they will always come down so you can fix them, if you have anything to fix.
This is it.
And let's leave it at that. Thanks for your support, and just expect more, because this will be some great tests.